Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we are going to cover top 50 HTML interview questions that will help you in cracking any company's interview, be it TCS, Infosys, Wipro or any other MNCs that you are applying for. So let's start with today's video, but before that, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe it, and if you feel that this video has helped you in any way, please give it a like and also share it amongst your friends so that they can also get benefited by the video. Also, we post similar kind of video that is related to data structure, interview related preparation videos on our channel. So please check the playlist section of the channel in order to get more such videos. So let's start with today's video now. The first question is, what is HTML? HTML is short for Hypertext Markup Language and is the language of the World Wide Web. It is a standard text formatting language used for creating and displaying pages on the web. HTML documents are made up of two things, the content and the text that formatted properly display on the pages. So this was the answer for what is HTML. Moving on to the next question, what are tags? HTML tags are composed of three things: an opening tag, content and an ending tag. Some tags are unclosed tags. HTML document contains two things, that is content and the tag. When a web browser reads an HTML document, the browser reads it from top to bottom and left to right. The HTML tags are used to create HTML documents and render their properties. Each HTML tags have different properties. So let's see the syntax for how the HTML tag looks like. So first of all, you can see there is an opening tag and then the content and then the ending tag. So content is always kept between the closing and ending tag. Content is placed between tags to display the data on the web page. So whatever the content is between the tags, that will be displayed as per the property of the tag. Okay, so this is what the answer for what are tags. Moving on to the next question. Do all HTML tags have an end tag? No. There are some HTML tags that don't need any closing tag. For example, image tag or BR, that is break tag. These kinds of tags do not require an ending tag. Let's move on to the next question now. What is formatting in HTML? The HTML formatting is a process of formatting the text for a better look and feel. It uses different tags to make the text bold, italicized and underlined. So this is the answer for formatting in HTML. How many types of heading does an HTML contain? The HTML contains 6 types of headings which are defined with H1 tag to H6 tags. Each type of heading tag displays different size from another. So H1 is the largest heading tag and H6 is the smallest one. For example, H1 displays the largest heading, and whereas H6 is displays the smallest heading, and all the heading in between are the intermediate headings. So this is what headings in HTML mean. Let's move on to the next question now. What are some of the common lists that can be used when designing a page? You can insert any or a combination of the following list types, that is ordered list, unordered list, definition list, menu list, directory list. Each of these types makes use of a different tag set to compose. So if you might have used these ordered and unordered lists, these are one of the very common list, right? In ordered list, we have usually the bullet points displayed in the list, and in ordered list we have numbers displayed in the list, and in unordered list we have bullets, content displayed by the bullets. So these are some of the common types of list in HTML. Moving on to the next question now. How to create a hyperlink in HTML? The HTML provides an anchor tag to create a hyperlink that links one page to another page. These tags can appear in any of the following ways. Like there are different kinds of links. Unvisited link, it is displayed underlined and blue. Visited link, it is displayed underlined and purple. Active link, it is displayed underlined and red. So this is what the meaning of different colors for a particular link. So this is what it means by hyperlink in HTML. Let's move ahead with the next question now. What is HTML? Which HTML tag is used to display the data in the tabular form? So if you have to display the data in the table, then you are going to make use of which HTML tag? The HTML table tag is used to display the data in the tabular form, row and column. It also manages the layout of the page, example header section, navigation bar, body content, footer section. So here is the list of tag used which displays the data in the tabular form. So there is a long list, that is why I am not covered that list, but the main tag that you need to know is the table tag. Table tag will basically be helpful in order to create the table in HTML, and then the table tag has two major tags in itself, which is table data and table row. So if anytime you have to create a table tag, what you need to do is you need to insert a table tag first, and then inside it what you are going to insert is table row, which will be displayed by using the tag tr. And all of these tags are opening and closing tags. So inside of tr tag you need to insert td, which is table data. So once this is done, what you can do is you can insert your data in the table data tag, and then you need to close this. First you will close td, and then you will close tr, and then you will close your table tag. So I am not writing it again, but you can understand that these all tags are closed again. So this is what table tag is used for in HTML. Let's move on to the next question now. How do you insert a comment in HTML? So comment in HTML begins with an exclamation mark and ends with an dash tag. Okay, for example, you can see if you want to insert a sample comment, you can see the syntax how you can insert it. We have made use of an arrow key, then an exclamation dash dash, the comment that you have to write that, and after that what you have done is again put two dash and a arrow key. So this is how you insert a comment in HTML. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the difference between HTML elements and tags? HTML elements communicate to the browser to render the tags. When the elements are enclosed by brackets, they form HTML tags. Most of the time, tags come in a pair and surround content. Okay, so you can see this is the main difference between HTML tags and HTML elements. So many times many are confused between these two terminologies, which is elements and the tags. So you always have to remember that tags are something which are enclosed by brackets, and usually there is an opening tag and a closing tag, but it is not mandatory that there should be a closing and opening. Some tags are only like opening only, and some tags are only closing tags only. So let's move on with the next question now. What is semantic HTML? Semantic HTML is a coding style. It is the use of HTML markup to reinforce the semantics or meanings of the content. For example, in semantic HTML, bold, that is B, opening bold and a closing bold tag is not used for bold statement as well. As I, which stands for italic, that is a opening italic and a closing italic tag is used for italic. Instead of these, we use strong and emphasize tags. Okay, so this is what it means by semantic HTML. Okay, so the major difference between a normal tag and a semantic tag is like the same purpose what bold tag is doing, the same is done by strong also, but the main thing to note here is bold will just enhance your content in display. Okay, that will just make it bold. But what the strong will do, strong will also display it that this word, if it is done bold, then it has a different meaning from the rest of the content, or it is much useful in respect to the other content. So you can understand, right? Bold will just enhance its color and make it bold, whereas the same thing is done by italic. Italic will just enhance it and make the word italic, whereas emphasize will emphasize the word and just convey it that yes, this word is also important, right? That is why it is then emphasized from the other word, and the use of these strong and emphasized kind of semantic tags is useful to reinforce the semantics or the meaning of the content, and also these are helpful in the search engine optimization many times. So let's move on to the next question now. Do all character entities display properly on all the systems? No. There are some character entities that cannot be displayed when the operating system that the browser is running on does not support the characters. When that happens, these characters are displayed as boxes. So many times you might have seen that on the browser some of the words or some of the characters are displayed as boxes and which are not readable. So this is because of this reason. Let's move on to the next question now. What is an image map? Image map facilitates you to link many different web pages using a single image. It is represented by map tag. You can define shapes and images that you want to make part of an image mapping. So this is what an image map means. Moving on to the next question, how to insert a copyright symbol on a browser page. You can insert a copyright symbol by using &copy or #169 in an HTML file. If you have to insert a copyright symbol, then you know that there is no such symbol on the keyboard. So if you have to insert it, you can insert it in any of this way, which is &copy or #169. Let's move ahead with the next question. How to create a nested web page in HTML. The HTML iframe tag is used to display a nested web page. In other words, it represents a web page within a web page. The HTML iframe tag defines an inline frame. For example, you can see the boilerplate of the HTML, which is doc type HTML, then the HTML tag opening and closing, and in between that we have the body of the HTML. And initially at the top, what we have done is we have displayed the heading, which is HTML heading using the h2 tag. Then there is a paragraph, and then what we have done is we have made use of an iframe tag, where what we are doing is we are telling that the source is google.com and we have mentioned the height and width. So what this will do is this will have initially a web page where the first heading will be the HTML heading, and then beneath that there will be a statement like this is a paragraph, and beneath that there will be another web page which will display www.google.com homepage, that is Google's homepage. Okay, and the height and width will be as what we have mentioned here, that is 300 and 400. So this is what means by using iframe tag, or how can we nest the web page in our HTML. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the advantage of collapsing white space? White spaces are a blank sequence of space characters which is treated as a single space character in HTML. Because the browser collapses multiple spaces into a single space, you can indent lines of text without worrying about multiple spaces. This enables you to organize HTML code into a much more readable format. So this is the advantage of collapsing white spaces. Let's move ahead with the next question now. Does a hyperlink only apply to a text? No, you can also apply hyperlinks on text and images both. So if you want, you can apply it to the text as well as to the image. The HTML anchor tags defines a hyperlink that links one page to another page. The href attribute is the most important attribute of the HTML anchor tag. So the tag name is A, and which means anchor, and the attribute that is used for it, which is href, will take you to the another page, that is the link you have to mention there, and in between you have to mention your link, that is the text link. Let's move ahead with our next question now. What is a style sheet? A style sheet is used to build a consistent, transportable and well designed style template. You can add these templates on several different web pages. It describes the look and formatting of a document written in markup language. So this is what is meant by a style sheet. Also, before moving forward to the next question, I would like to suggest you to please visit the playlist section of our channel, where we have discussed various interview related questions and answers of various multiple national companies, and also we are going to bring more this kinds of videos where we will be covering top 50 interview questions on a particular technology. Okay, so it will be better if you will visit that videos too. Let's move ahead with the next question now. Can you create a multicolored text on a web page? Yes, to create a multicolored text on the web page, you can use the font color tag. Okay, so font, that is the tag called as font, and color is the attribute. Okay, so font and color, you have to mention your color in that for the specific text you want to color. So this is how you can have a multicolored text on a single web page. Moving ahead with our next question. Is it possible to change the color of the bullet? So the color of the bullet is always the color of the first tag of the list. So if you want to change the color of the bullet, you must change the color of the text. So you might have seen that in like 90% of the time you might have seen that the color of the bullet is black only, because like most of the time the color of our text is black only on the web page that we visit. But if you want that you need to change the bullet color, then you can change it by changing the color of the text. So if the color of the text is changed, then automatically the bullet color will be changed. So moving on to the next question, that is the 21st question. Explain the layout of HTML. HTML layout specifies a way in which the web page is arranged. Every website has a specific layout to display the content in a specific manner. Following are the different HTML5 elements which are used to define the different parts of a web page. So before understanding the different elements, let's see which element comes where on a web page. So initially the header comes, and then up below that the navigation, then there is something called a section, and then article, aside, and then the footer. Now let's understand by what each term is meant. It is header, it is used to define a header for a document or a section. Nav, it is used to define a container for the navigation links. Section, it is used to define a section in a document. Article, it is used to define an independent or self-contained article. Aside, it is used to define a content aside from the content. And footer, it is used to define a footer for a document or a section. So this is what the layout of a HTML is. Let's move ahead with our next question, which is what is marquee? So you might have heard this word, or if not, this is a very important question, or if you have done some of the web development, you will come across this word, which is marquee. Marquee is used to put the scrolling text on the web page. It scrolls the image or text up, down, left or right automatically. You should put the text which you want to scroll within the marquee tag. And marquee tag, we make use of an opening marquee and an ending marquee. And once this is done, the tags that you have kept between the marquee tag will be scrolling on the web page. So let's move ahead with our next question now. How many tags can be used to separate a section of text? 3 tags are used to separate the text, that is break, paragraph and block quote. Let's understand these tags. Break tag, usually break tag is used to separate the line of the text. It breaks the current line and conveys the flows to the next line. So usually if we do not use a break tag, and if you enter a simple enter button on our HTML code, then the 2 lines that we are writing will be displayed in a single line. So if we have to display the contents in 2 different lines on our web page, that is in that case we need to use the break tag in between these 2 lines. The next is paragraph tag. The paragraph tag contains the text in the form of a new paragraph. So if you want that your content should be entered in a new line, what you can use is a paragraph tag. Block quote tag, it is used to define a large quoted section. If you have a large quotation, then put the entire text within the block quote tag. So block quote tag is mainly used for quotation. Let's move ahead with our next question. How to make a picture of a background image of a web page? To make a picture, a background image on the web page, you should put the following tag code after the head tag: body, background equals to image.gif. Here replace the image.gif with the name of your image file which you want to display on your web page. So this is how in the body tag itself you can set the background of your image. Let's move ahead with our next question now. What are empty elements? HTML elements with no content are called as empty elements. For example, tags or elements like break, horizontal rule, these are all empty elements. Next question is, what is the use of a span tag? Give one example of it. The span tag is used for following things: for adding color on the text, for adding background on the text, highlighting any color text. Example is, like we have a paragraph, in that we are making use of span tag and style equals to color. In this page we use span. So this is the main use of a span tag, that is either for adding color or background or highlighting any color text. Moving on to the next question. What are entities in HTML? The HTML character entities are used as a replacement for reserved characters in HTML. You can also replace the characters that are not present on your keyboard by entities. These characters are replaced because some characters are reserved in HTML. Moving on to the next question. Why is a URL encoded in HTML? An URL is encoded to convert non-ASCII characters into a format that can be used over the internet, because a URL is sent over the internet by the ASCII character set only. If a URL contains characters outside the ASCII character set, the URL has to be converted. The non-ASCII characters are replaced with a percentage followed by hexadecimal digits. So that is why you need to understand the importance of encoding URLs in HTML. Let's move on to the next question now. Does a doctype HTML tag is a HTML tag? No, the doctype HTML declaration is not an HTML tag. So basically it is a declaration. There are many types of HTML. Example, HTML 4.01 strict, HTML 4.01 transitional, HTML 4.1 frame set, and HTML 1.0 strict, XHTML 1.0 transitional, SXTML 1.0 frame set, XHTML 1.1, etc. So doctype HTML is used to instruct the web browser about the HTML page basically. So in short, doctype HTML is a declaration and not a tag. Moving on to the next question. What is the canvas element used in HTML? The canvas element is a container that is used to draw graphics on the web page using scripting language like JavaScript. It allows for dynamic and scriptable rendering of 2D shapes and bitmap images. There are several methods in Canvas to draw paths, boxes, circles, text and adding images. For example, Canvas ID equals to my canvas, width, you can mention the width and height, and you can style you can add the style, that is border 2 pixels solid. Your browser does not support HTML canvas tag, so whenever you write this statement in between, it will be displayed and you can draw graphics on your web page. Moving ahead with the next question. How do you create links to a sections within the same page? Links can be created using the anchor tag with referencing through the use of the number or hash symbol. For example, you can have one line as a href and this hashtag topmost. Okay, back to top is the content, which would result in the words back to top appearing on the web page and links to a bookmark named topmost. You then create a separate tag command line that with the anchor tag and name it with topmost somewhere on the top of the same web page, so that the user will be linked to that same spot when he clicked on back to top. So what will happen, basically you have create a link back to top, and when the user will click on that back to top link, your page will be redirected to the top of the page at that point where we have mentioned the anchor tag with the name topmost. So this is how you can create links to the section within the same page. Moving ahead to the next question now. Do older HTML files work on newer browsers? Yes, older HTML files are compliant to the HTML standard. Most older file works on new browsers, though some features may not work. Let's move on to the next question now. If the user's operating system does not support the needed character, how can the symbol be represented? In cases where their operating system does not support a particular character, it is still possible to display the character by showing it as an image instead. Let's move on to the next question now. How do you change the number type in the middle of a list? The list tag includes two attributes, that is type and value. The type attribute can be used to change the numbering type for any item, list item. The value attribute can change the number index. Let's move on to the next question now. What are style sheets? Style sheets enable you to build consistent, transportable and well-defined style templates. These templates can be linked to several different web pages, making it easy to maintain and change the look and feel of all the web pages within the site. So this is what meant by style sheets. Also, I want to remind you that I am uploading continuously interview preparation related stuff on my channel. So if you have not visited the playlist section of my channel yet, please do visit it. And I am also going to bring more such kind of top 50 interview questions related videos, which will be related to CSS or either JavaScript or other different technologies. So please give a visit to the playlist section of the channel. So let's move on to the next question now. State bullet types available in HTML. With ordered list, you can select to use some different list types, including alphabetical and Roman numerals. The type attribute for unordered list can be set to disk, square or circle. So these are the different bullet types available in HTML. Moving on to the next question. Is there any need to change the web browsers to support HTML5? No. Almost all the browsers updated versions support the HTML5. For example, Chrome, Firefox, Opera, Safari, Internet Explorer, all of these supports HTML5. Moving on to the next question now. Which type of a video formats are supported by HTML5? So HTML5 supports three types of video formats: MP4, WebM and OGG. So these are the different types of video formats that are supported by HTML5. Let's move on to the next question now. What is the use of a fig caption tag in HTML5? The fig caption element is used to provide a caption to an image. It is an optional tag and can appear before or after the content within the figure tag. The fig caption element is used with the figure element and it can be placed as the first or the last child of the figure element. So you can see the syntax in which you can use how you can use the fig caption tag. Let's move on to the next question now. What is a button tag? The button tag used in HTML5, it is used to create a clickable button within the HTML form on the web page. It is generally used to create a submit or a reset button. Let's see the code to display the button. So what you need to do is you need to make use of a button tag, and in that you can set the attribute name equals button and attribute type equals button, and then you can add the content in between that you want to get displayed in your button, that is click here or submit or any of the content that you want. Let's move on to the next question now. If I do not put doc type HTML with HTML5 work? No, the browser will not be able to identify that it is an HTML document and HTML5 tags do not function properly. So we have already seen that doc type HTML is the declaration by which the browser understand that what kind of HTML it is. So in order for browser to understand, it is a mandatory that you mention doc type HTML. Let's move on to the next question now. If I do not put, okay, so this one is done. Let's move on to the next question. What is the use of the required attribute in HTML5? It forces a user to fill text on the text field or text area before submitting the form. It is used for form validation. So you can see the required attribute. So required attribute basically tells that this is a mandatory field. Okay. Moving on to the next question. What if there is no text between the tags, or if a text was omitted by mistake? Will it affect the display of the HTML5? So the answer is, if there is no text between the tags, then there is nothing to format. Therefore, no formatting will occur. Some tags, especially tags without a closing tag like the image tag, do not require any text between them. So if you have not entered something in between the tags, that is the content, nothing will be displayed on the screen, and the formattings that you have applied to those content will also not be applied. So that is what this question was about. Let's move on to the next question now. Is it possible to set specific colors for table borders? You can specify a border color using the style sheet, but the colors for a table that does not use style sheets will be the same as that of a text color. So if you have to specify like the colored border, what you can do is you can make use of the style sheets, but the table, the borders of the colors of the borders of the table will be similar to the text color that you have entered in the table. Moving on to the next question now. Can a single text link point to two different web pages? No. The anchor tag can accept only a single href attribute and it can point only to a single web page. So that is why you cannot point to different web pages by using a single text link. Let's move on to the next question now. Are there instances where the text will appear outside of the browser? By default, the text is wrapped to appear within the browser window. However, if the text is part of a table cell with a defined width, the text could extend beyond the browser window. So this is the answer for the question. Are there instances where the text will appear outside the browser? Let's move on to the next question now. What happens if you open the external CSS file in a browser? When you try to open the external CSS file in a browser, the browser cannot open the file because the file has a different extension. The only way to use an external CSS file is to reference it using the link tag within another HTML tag. So basically, if you are going to try to open it, it will not be nothing will be displayed, and if you want to open it, what you need to do is you need to link that CSS file with your HTML document. So let's move on to the next question now. Tell me two benefits of HTML5 web storage. Two main benefits of HTML5 web storage is it can store up to 10 MB data, which is certainly more than what cookies have. Web storage data cannot be transferred with HTTP request. It helps to increase the performance of the application. Moving on to the next question now. What are two different types of web storage in HTML5? Two storage types of HTML5 are session storage and local storage. Let's see them one by one. Session storage stores data of current session only. It means that the data stored in session storage clear automatically when the browser is closed, whereas the local storage is another type of HTML5 web storage. In local storage, data is not deleted automatically when the current browser window is closed. Moving on to the next question now. What is a marquee? Marquee is used for the scrolling text on a web page. It scrolls the image or text up, down, left, right automatically. You should put the text which you want to scroll within the marquee tag. So with this, we have covered all the 50 questions that are very much important for your next HTML interview. And if you have feel that this video has helped you in some way, then please give it a like and share it amongst your friends so that they will also get benefited by this video. Also, if you have not checked the playlist section of our channel, please check it so that you can explore the different kinds of interview videos that we regularly upload on our channel. And also we are going to bring many top 50 interview questions related videos in the future, that is which will be related to CSS or JavaScript and many other technologies. So it will be helpful if you will subscribe to the channel so that you will not be missing any of the updates from our side. So thanks for watching.